After making videos for years with a very small channel and putting everything I absolutely had into growing this channel with very little success, even though I was going flat out spending as much time as I possibly could on doing such thing, one day I decided to kind of change something really small, something extremely simple. And from one video, it led to 25,000 subscribers, over 800,000 views, and $5,000 in revenue from that one video. The craziest part about it is the only thing I changed is I did less. Let me explain how this kind of worked. You see, for the first few years on this platform for me, I had this feeling that I really needed to put everything I absolutely could into each and every piece of content that I create, with this mindset of one piece of content changing everything and being like the best thing I've ever created. And now, while it can be true to create a video in your best possible way to make it enjoyable for the viewer to watch, it's not a rule in the sense of more work equals a better piece of content. And I'm going to explain why. If you've ever spent like weeks and given everything you've got to one piece of content and then gone to share that piece of content and it completely flops, no one watches it, no one cares, you're completely irrelevant, it's one of the worst feelings ever. And maybe you can relate to this because I definitely can. This was my experience. But here's the one simple thing that I figured out that completely changed the way I create content and the way that my content is received by my potential viewers, which led me to be able to create this channel and grow it to over 350,000 subscribers at the time of recording this video. And it's all down to this one simple thing that I apply to every piece of my content from then. The thing is, it has nothing to do with how much effort you put in and has everything to do with how much the viewer can gain from that piece of content. If you do a one-take video that requires zero editing and provides a huge amount of value for the person watching it versus creating an absolute cinematic masterpiece that has taken weeks to create and you've gone all in on it, doing your best ever, if it doesn't provide value for the viewer that's watching it, the first one is going to outperform it hand over fist every single time. People are inherently selfish, and it's not a bad thing. It's understandable. There's so much on the internet that is available for people to watch, and even though it's free, sometimes a free piece of content can be too expensive. When someone clicks on your video, the reason they're going to click on it is so that they can gain something from it. They need to get value from the piece of content that you're giving, even if it's free, even if they aren't paying anything. Investing time into something that isn't going to provide them value is too expensive, even if it's free, which is a crazy concept to comprehend. So here's the main thing that I changed about this single piece of content. I made it super raw. I didn't distract the viewer from connecting with all of these crazy edits, these attention grabbing methods or flashy editing that inevitably actually just makes it harder for that viewer to get value or get that connection from your piece of content. I made a one-take video, almost like there's cuts and stuff in it and it's got a little bit of editing, but it's a raw piece of content that is the simplest piece of content that I've ever created. It was very, very quick to film, maybe being an hour, and it was incredibly quick to edit as well because I just had to like cut out the like ums and ahs essentially and used the whole rest of that piece of content as one raw thing. And the reason is because people can see an in-depth perspective of how I was creating this video, which was creating much more value for the person watching it than if I had like this video that had all these flashy titles and these different things trying to keep my retention editing up and crazy different flashes and all this stuff. It doesn't give the viewer that much value, even though you're putting in a huge amount of effort. With all of the retention editing and stuff going on, people are craving listening to someone explain something in an authentic and raw manner, in one linear thing that just shows someone how to actually do it. And that's exactly what my video did. There was no bullshit. It was just, this is how I do something. Watch me do it so that you can replicate the same thing when you want to do it. And that is it. So you need to create videos for the viewer, not for yourself. Because when you're putting all of this effort into a piece of content, it's kind of from a selfish perspective, actually. Even though if you might feel like it's to create the best thing you can for the viewer, I think it's almost to showcase how amazing you can create something. And when you eliminate all of that and just create something that is truly valuable for the viewer to watch, they can feel that and they resonate with with it. So instead of figuring out how you can put more effort into fine polish your video, making sure it's just as perfect as it can be, figure out how you can simplify the creating process for yourself while offering even more value for the viewer that's going to be clicking on it. Obviously, if you're picking something in the education field, this is going to be the easiest area to do this. And I suggest almost anyone that's creating content, you at least have one pillar of your content being educational, because that's what people are coming to this platform for. The craziest thing about this video is it's actually not even my most successful video or the one that got me the most subscribers. I was able to replicate this same thing across multiple videos, some of them getting way up into the millions of views, and they grew my channel hugely. The interesting thing to see with this is that with my channel being at 350,000 subscribers, the majority, or at least half of those subscribers, were built from a handful of videos. I've learned some amazing techniques with offering value to build a channel, because posting videos every single week or multiple times a week is not actually grow your channel. It's going to be those few videos in between. And I've developed a system that allowed me to do it and replicate it over and over again so that I could get these 350,000 subscribers. And I've put this whole thing into a program that's a YouTuber mastermind. If you want to sign up for the waitlist for it, it's going to be available. It's pretty much like 10 courses all packed into one to learn filmmaking, editing, marketing, personal branding, growth strategies on YouTube. It's everything that I've learned over the last decade of being a content creator. If you want to apply, please only apply if you're very serious. I'm going to work personally with each and every single person that gets accepted into the program, which means it's very limited numbers of people that I can actually accept, because I want to make sure that each and every person really does have the best chance of growing their YouTube and content creator business into something that can thrive and allow them to live this dream lifestyle. If that is you and you want to put in the work, this isn't a salesy, get views rich quick scheme. If you do want to put the effort in, then go apply. If you don't, keep watching the YouTube videos. I'm going to provide you guys with tons of value for free right here. Nothing's going to be changing. I hope this video gave you some sort of insights as to how putting in less effort can actually yield better results. YouTube is just one of those weird things that more work does not mean more reward. And if you can figure out how you can make more value for the viewer, that is going to be the ultimate end goal and the name of the game. So hopefully this helped you a little bit in your creation and YouTube growth journey. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys in the program. Other than that, have fun. Bye.